Hi everyone, welcome back to Cooking with the Library. I know it's been a little while, but we're excited to be back. So today's recipe, I don't know if you guys remember, our first recipe, way back, it's been over a year ago, we're in our second year now Cooking with the Library, was a corn salad. And the reason we did that is because right now, corn and a lot of other veggies that we put into this are in peak season. This is the perfect time to eat them. Today we're actually doing a different recipe. It's called fried confetti corn. And as I was telling Angelique earlier, it could be healthy, and we're going to make it unhealthy. But it's from Sunday Suppers. This is a Southern Living production or book, and it's a really great recipe. I've actually used it before. So we've done a lot of the legwork ahead of time. We've fried some bacon, and no, it's not turkey bacon or bacon. We fried bacon. And then using some of the drippings, we sauteed some veggies together. We, of course, did corn. It's about 80 ears of corn. We trimmed it off the cob. I think I talked about when we did the corn salad that there are different ways. That can be kind of messy. I just used a really deep bowl. Somewhere over there I have it. And that way it fell into the bowl. You could also use a bundt pan, turn it upside down, put the cob on the middle part, and then all the corn falls into the actual bundt pan. That way it just doesn't get everywhere. If you try to do it just on a cutting board, it'll be a mess. We've also added a red bell pepper. Again, peak season, they grow locally. The recipe calls for a green bell pepper. I don't know why. Green bell peppers, I love them, but they don't agree with me. So instead, I also wanted a little spice. So instead I did 2 small jalapeno peppers. It's about the same amount of pepper, but it adds a little bit of heat. So these have been sauteing for a while, just about 6 or 7 minutes in some of those bacon drippings. And it smells, I hate for the people that have to come to our program at 2 today because this will smell like bacon and there's not going to be any bacon for them. I also am making an addition of garlic. And because y'all know I absolutely adore garlic. And don't worry, it's just like 1 or 6 cloves of garlic. I just think that's a nice addition. And I'm adding it right at the end because I don't want it to burn. So we're just going to saute that for just a few seconds. You don't want to put it in too early because once you burn garlic, that flavor, it ain't ever coming back. It's not good. We're going to add a little bit of fun stuff to it. So we're going to add a little bit of sugar. It's about a teaspoon of sugar. There is a lot of sweetness in this, obviously the corn and the sweet bell pepper, but this also adds up just a little more of it. This is some black pepper. This is about a teaspoon of that as well. And then a teaspoon of kosher salt. So we're going to add that in, give it a good stir. This is going to help just give tons and tons of flavor. And then it's called fried confetti corn, but it's almost like a creamed confetti corn. It's beautiful. That's why they call it confetti. It's got all these different colors. So we're actually going to add some creamy elements. One is the half a cup of half and half. Half of half of half. Anyway, that was my joke earlier, which was not funny. And then room temperature cream cheese. And I cubed it up just so it's easier to break it down. You want it room temperature because it's going to melt faster if you do it that way. If you get it straight out of the fridge and try to do this, you're going to be stirring this for a really long time. So also be careful when you're stirring the half and half because it's liquid and it'll go everywhere. I cannot wait now. Angelique's going to make that a fun blooper reel. All right, so we're stirring this in, and that cream cheese is melting, and the half and half's kind of cooking into the corn. Again, it kind of makes like a creamed corn. But the vegetables, I didn't cook them very long. They're not going to be super, super soft. They're going to be tender, but they're still going to have some of their texture, which is also what I like. Because, like I said, this is the peak season for veggies. And so I don't want to do anything that's going to take away from that flavor. All we're doing is enhancing it with basically a little cream, a little seasoning, and bacon. We're going to do some bacon. Oh, God. To me, I don't care what anyone says. The greatest smell in the world, in my opinion, is when bacon is cooking. And we just have that all over this auditorium today. All right. So the cream cheese is almost melted. It looks a little liquidy, so if that's the case, just cook it a little bit longer, let some of that absorb. That's really no problem. And then finally, we're going to add some bacon. I had to cook a few extra slices of bacon. As you can tell, that's a lot of grease, but that's because we wanted a lot of that grease to drain off, so we just used some paper towels, like you guys would do at home. I had to cook a couple extra pieces because I needed to test it to see if it was good. It is good. It's great bacon. And so this is all it is. This is a very, very simple recipe. Although since I'm notoriously known for, no, I got everything. We're good for leaving stuff out. So you let this cook just a little bit longer. Get that bacon back in. The bacon got cool, so we'll kind of bring it back up to temp. And this is it. It's a super, super simple side dish. It's a really, really easy side dish. That's the same thing. It's same thing twice. That was redundant. It's really tasty too. So I hope you guys try this at home and check it out. All right, I'm going to just put a little bit of it in. I'm actually going to taste it because you have to taste the stuff. And I'm going to regret it because I bet it's super, super hot. That is good. Sweet, delicious, a little bit of salt from that bacon, a little bit of heat from that jalapeno. Just a perfect, perfect combination. So put it in a nice bowl, to serve it. You could put some fresh herbs on top. That would be really great. I don't have any, but if you do, some dill, some parsley, a little bit of basil maybe would be nice on top. It would also add a little bit of flavor. All right, so there it is. That is our fried confetti corn. And again, I know I was like, we'll not edit that out, so that'll be on the internet forever. Thank you so much for tuning in again with Cooking with the Library. We are open. We have lots of great summer reading programs. We're about mid-July, but we still have a lot of great programs between now and the end of August. And then even in September, we're going to go back into our fall schedule of programs. We are so happy to be back open to the public. We've added some night hours, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. We're now open till 8 p.m. So come on and see us, sign up for summer reading, and we'll catch you next time on Cooking with the Library.